Hi everyone, this is Selena. Welcome back to one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Selena and I release a crochet tutorial every week. And this week I'm bringing to you this beautiful spring hexagon cardigan. So I'm trying to show you on camera. The free pattern is as always available on my blog selenaveronique.com with plenty of photographs, so if you want to check out the photographs and the blog to see exactly what it looks like, just click on the link in the description bar. And so this is a really nice and easy project to crochet. It is, as I said, made out of 2 hexagons, and it features beautiful tapered cuffs and a lovely chain arc edging all the way around, and it's really perfect for this spring summer season. However, you can make it in any season. It's very versatile. And so for this tutorial I will be making a size SM. All the different sizes will be linked in the free pattern on my blog, as I said, so if you want to make a different size, it will be the same tutorial, except you probably will have to add more rows, but all of this information is on my blog. And this is a really easy crochet project to make. So for this size I used 7 skeins of Paintbox yarns, Chunky, Simply Chunky, and I think this is colour 345, and it's a lilac shade. Again, I will be linking all of this in the down bar with the exact details of everything that I used. I also used a 5mm crochet hook, along as also a 6.5mm crochet hook. You will be also needing a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle, and that's it. And it's a very easy project to make. So I do hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for a crochet tutorial every week. That really helps support me and grow my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon also to get notified every time I release a crochet tutorial, which is usually once a week on a Thursday. And yes, thank you so much for watching. As I said, it's a really easy crochet project to make. It's super fun, and I will be talking in US terms with British terms in brackets. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into the tutorial. Okay, so for this part of the project, you will be taking your yarn and your 6mm crochet hook and create a slip knot. Once you've created your slip knot, just pop your hook through and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and once you've chained 5, you are going to be slip stitching in the first chain to close your ring. So just go ahead and do that. And now you are going to be chaining 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. And what we are going to be doing is placing 2 more double crochets into this center right here. So just wrap your yarn around your hook, go into the center, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops. And now you are going to go back into this center and place another double crochet into that, and there we go. And I'm tidying up my loose end as I go along, and what you can see is that we now have 3 double crochets, because this first double crochet counts as a this chain 3, sorry, counts as our first double crochet. What we are going to be doing now is chaining 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and we are going to be going back into this center and placing 3 more double crochets into that. So go on and place 3 double crochets into the center. 1, 2 and 3. And we have another cluster of double crochets. We are simply going to be chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and placing another cluster of 3 double crochets into this center. So just go ahead and do that, and we are going to be repeating this process of 3 double crochets, chain 3, until we have 6 clusters of double crochets total. So just scrunch up these double crochets like so, and now we've got 3 clusters, 1, 2, 3, and you are simply going to be chaining 3 again and placing another cluster of 3 double crochets another 3 times. And once we finished the 6 clusters, I'll get back to you to show you what to do. So I'm back, and I finished my cluster of my 6 clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and they have got 3 chains to separate them. I've just created a chain 3 right here to finish off this round, so that's what you should be doing, finishing off on a chain 3. And now we are going to be connecting to the chain 3 that we started with. So just slip stitch, so pop your hook through and pull through and pull through, and there we go. We've got the beginning of our hexagonal round. So now I'm just going to show you round 2. So for round 2, you are going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work, and obviously this counts as our first double crochet, and we are going to go directly into this space right here and place 2 more double crochets. So just go ahead and place 2 double crochets and another like so. And because this is our corner, so this will become a lot clearer as we carry on with the rounds, but for now this is our corner, and it will be our corner throughout. So when you are in a corner like now, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and go back into that space and place another cluster of 3 double crochets. So just go ahead and place another cluster of 3 double crochets like so. And what we are going to be doing is going into the next chain space here, but before we do that, we are going to be chaining 1. So chain 1 and go directly into the next corner. So again, this is going to make a lot more sense as we go along, but just note that we will always have 6 corners within this project. So this is another corner, so directly go into that and place 3 double crochets, so 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and another cluster inside that same space. Just go ahead and place another 3 double crochets, as you can see, this is a very repetitive pattern. So there we go, our hexagon is growing. And what we are going to be doing now is the exact same that I've just showed you. So just chain 1 and go directly into the next space and place 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 double crochets, and just do this until you reach the beginning of this round that we started. So I'm just going to finish this cluster, chain 1, and then go into the next, so then go into the next 3 spaces, so 1, 2 and 3, and repeat this process, and I'll meet you back here to show you how to finish off this round. So I've almost finished this round, and what I am going to be doing to close off this round is chain 1, so just go ahead and chain 1 and slip stitch to that first chain like so, and there we go. Our second round is complete, and now you can see that we not only have corners like this one or that one, we also have spaces in between the corners. So this is how these spaces are gonna, there are going to be more and more of those spaces as the project grows. So now just chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and because this is a center space and not a corner, we are simply going to be adding just 2 double crochets. So we're just going to add 2 extra double crochets into this space, and that creates our cluster of 3. And now we are going to be chaining 1, and here we go, we have reached a corner once again. So again, every time you reach a corner, you are going to be placing 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and place another 3 double crochets into the space. 1, 2 and 3, and chain 1, so chain 1 and go into the next space and place 3 double crochets into that. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so we've placed a cluster of 3, and we are going to be chaining 1 and going directly into the next corner and placing 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and another 3 double crochets in that space. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, go into the center space and place just 1 cluster of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and now we've reached a corner, so I'm just going to let you carry this on. So every time you reach a corner, place a cluster of 3, chain 3 and a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 1, go into the center with just 3 double crochets, chain 1 and in the corner, and repeat, and I'll show you how to finish off this round. So I've just finished this round practically, and I've just finished this corner. So I'm just going to chain 1 like so, and then slip stitch to the first chain 3 that we did. So just go ahead and slip stitch through that. And there we go, we finished our round. So as you can see, it really is taking the shape that we want it to take. So now we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and this is going to be one of our center spaces. As you can see, we are going to be getting more and more center spaces, like I call them. So here's one and here's one, so we're just going to work into that one for now and just place 2 more double crochets into this space, like so. And now chain 1 and go into the next stitch. And this is our corner, so again, for each corner it's going to be the exact same thing. So 3 double crochets and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 3 double crochets into that same center, chain 1, and now we are going to be working in this stitch where we will be placing just 1 cluster of 3 double crochets into that. Chain 1 and place another cluster of 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. So these are again our center spaces, as I call them. Chain 1, and now we've reached a corner. So again, we're just going to be placing 3 double crochets into that, 2 and 3, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go back into that space and place 3 double crochets into that. Chain 1 and place a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next stitch, like this, and the third. Chain 1. So I'm just going to let you carry this on. So in the next space it will be simply a cluster of 3 double crochets in that, then chain 1, 3 double crochets in that corner, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, go into the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then the corner again, and so on. And I'm just going to let you carry this on. When you reach the beginning of this round, you will be of course chaining 1 and slip stitching to the first chain 3 that we did. So for this project you will be crocheting 17 rows in total for each hexagon. So I've gone ahead and created my 17 rows, and this is one of my hexagons. I have 2 obviously, so yes, just go ahead and complete 17 rows like I just demonstrated, and then once you've completed 17 rows, fasten off and then sew in all your loose ends. And now I'm going to show you how to assemble your cardigan. So to begin with, I am going to show you how I am going to sew in my loose end at the center. So I've sewed in my loose ends for the rest of the cardigan, but for the center it's really important that this is sewed in really well because you don't want your cardigan to unravel. So this is what I have. So this is quite a large center. I am going to gently pull on the yarn and create a much smaller center. So I'm just closing this off, and then once I've done that by pulling it, I'm going to sew in my loose end like so. So I'm just going to go and sew in my loose end quite well, like you can see, just because I do like that extra security. I wouldn't want my cardigan to unravel at any point. So yes, so just go ahead and sew in this loose end, and then I'll show you what to do next. Actually, I finished this. So once you've finished this, just snip off your yarn, and there you go. So I'm just going to show you how to place your cardigan to sew it together. So it's easier for me to show you this part whilst my cardigan is laid on the floor, because it's such a large project. It would be a bit difficult on the table to show you this. So I've placed both my my hexagons so that they form an L shape, so an inverted L. And so we are going to be sewing the top of this cardigan here, so all the way across. I will be showing you in detail in a second at the table, but this is just to show you what we're going to do. So just go all the way across the top, and then once we've done that, we will be going all the way down here and sewing this together. And this is how we are going to be sewing in this cardigan. So I'm back at my table, and I will be showing you how to sew this together. So to sew it to sew this project, so like I just showed you, we are going to be sewing the top of the cardigan first. I've attached the yarn. I am going to zoom in a bit. There we go. And now we are going to be sewing in. So I've already attached the yarn with a double knot at the corner of one sleeve, and we are simply going to be sewing this with the mattress stitch. So the mattress stitch is simply going in one side and then through the other. It just creates a more seamless stitch. However, you can use whichever stitch you prefer for this part. So just go ahead and sew this part together like I showed you, and I'll be back to show you how I sew the back of the cardigan, and then I'll show you how to sew how to crochet the sleeve cuffs and the front opening of the cardigan. Okay, so I'm back and I've managed to sew in the whole top, and now I'm just going to sew in the back. So I've already attached my yarn, and I'm just going to do the exact thing that I've just done, except at the back of the cardigan. And I am simply going to use the mattress stitch and sew this in until I reach the bottom of the cardigan. And then once you've finished sewing this in, just fasten off and tidy up your loose ends, and then I'll show you how to crochet the sleeves, the sleeve cuffs. So I'm back, and I'm just going to show you how to crochet your cuff sleeves. So obviously you will be doing this on each sleeve. So I've attached my yarn, and I am going to be using the 5mm crochet hook. So pop that through that stitch, pull up your yarn and chain 1, and go into the next stitch with a single crochet. So there we go. And now that you've placed a single crochet into that stitch, you are going to be skipping a stitch. Sorry, I'm just trying to show you as best I can with the fact that it's a cuff. So we've single crocheted, we are going to skip one stitch and go into the next with a single crochet. Now skip one stitch and go into the next with a single crochet. Skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet. Skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet. Skip a stitch and go into the next, and do this until you reach the other side, until you reach the first chain one that we did, and I'll show you how to finish off this round. So I've gone all the way around, and I'm simply going to slip stitch to the first chain that we did. So I hope you can see. It's hard to show on camera when it's a sleeve, so let me just show you. So this is what I have. So for round 2, you are going to be chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3. And this counts as your first double crochet, and you are going to be going into the second stitch with a double crochet, and then go into the next stitch with a double crochet, and into the next stitch with a double crochet, and just go ahead and place a double crochet into each and every stitch until you reach the end of this row, and then I'll show you what to do then. Okay, so I finished row 2, and so I'm simply going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 from the previous row like this, and this is what I have. So now for row 3, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and this counts as our first double crochet. So it goes on top of this first stitch, and so in the second stitch, so this is this stitch, we are going to be placing a front post double crochet. So to create your front post double crochet, it's very simple. Wrap your yarn around your hook and go through the front and at the side of the stitch like so. So instead of going through this stitch here at the top like we normally would, we are simply going to slide our hook on the side like this. And then once you've done that, just take your yarn and pull it up. So now we've got the usual 3 loops on the hook. Take your yarn and go through 2 loops. Take your yarn and go through 2 loops, and that's a front post double crochet. And so for the next stitch, we are going to be placing a back post double crochet. So for a back post double crochet, you are going to be wrapping your yarn around your hook and taking it around. So instead of going through the front like this one, we are going around at the back and placing the hook like this and pulling the yarn through the back. So I'm showing you on camera, so it's a bit harder for me to do that. So just take your yarn and pull it up, and this is what it should look like. Take your yarn and pull through 2 loops. Take your yarn and pull through 2 loops. And now we are going to be placing in the next stitch a front post double crochet, and into the next stitch a back post double crochet. And so we are going to be alternating front and back post double crochets throughout this row. So just go ahead and alternate these until you reach the beginning of this round, and then I'll show you how to finish off this round. Okay, so I'm back and I've almost finished this row. I am going to slip stitch through that first chain 3 that we did, and this is how we finished it. And now for the next row, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and this counts as our first double crochet. And what we are going to be doing is doing another row of alternations between front and back post double crochets, although this time we are going to alternate them from row to row 2, so meaning that the next stitch here is a front post double crochet, so we are going to be doing a back post double crochet into that, like this, and then the next stitch is a back post double crochet, so we are going to be doing a front post double crochet into that. And then the next stitch is a front post double crochet, so we are going to be doing a back post double crochet. Sorry, it's not easy to film and do the stitch. And now we are going to do a front post double crochet into the next stitch. So just alternate these front and back post double crochets all the way around until you reach the beginning where you will be slip stitching. So repeat these this alternation until you have 8 rows in total for this sleeve. So at the moment we are on row 4, so this is a 4th row because we had a row of single crochets, 1 row of double crochets, another row of double crochets, and another row of double crochets, and that is 4 rows that we have for now, and we need 8 in total. So just go ahead and crochet your 8 rows of alternations until you reach row 8, where you will be fastening off and tidying up your loose end. And repeat this process on the other side of your sleeve. I will be showing you what I have once I've finished both my sleeves, but it's pretty simple. It's really not complicated. So just go ahead and do this. And if you need more help, just rewind the video or just check out my blog. The link is in the description box for the free pattern, but you should be fine. And once you've done that, I will be popping back onto the video to show you how to do the front edging. Okay, so I'm back and I finished both my sleeves. So as you can see, I fastened off and tidied up all my loose ends. So if you need help about how to fasten off and tidy up your loose ends, I have filmed a specific video for that, which I will be linking in the description box. So I've done both my sleeves, and now I'm just going to show you how to create the front opening, the border, so the edging. So we are going to be going and creating a border on the front opening and then on the bottom of the cardigan. So I'm just going to jump right into the tutorial on how to do this. So for this part of the project, you will be taking your 6.5mm crochet hook, and I have attached my yarn already to the bottom, one of the bottom corners. It doesn't matter which corner you attach it on, and just pop your hook through that stitch, pull up a loop and chain 1. And this counts as a single crochet. So let me see, I'm just going to zoom in a bit, hopefully. So there we go, I've zoomed in, and so I hope you can see properly. What we are going to be doing is creating a row of single crochets all along this edging, so all along the front opening. I'll show you again in a second, but just know that we will be creating a row of single crochets. So just go into the next stitch and place a single crochet. So take your yarn and create a single crochet, go into the next stitch and create a single crochet, go into the next stitch and single crochet. And this should be quite straightforward because all the stitches along this edging are quite clear to see. So just pop a single crochet into each and every stitch across, and I'm just going to de-zoom to show you again where you are going to be placing the single crochets. So there we go, I've de-zoomed. So you are going to be going all the way up this edge, and then once you reach here, you are just going to go directly onto the other side and continue placing your single crochets all the way like this. And once you reach the bottom, you are going to be going all along the bottom like this and like this, and then you will be arriving at the place where we did our first chain one, and I'll meet you back to show you what to do then. So I'm just going to let you go all the way across, and then I'll show you how to finish off this row and do row 2. Okay, so I'm back and I've gone all the way around the cardigan, and I've placed my last single crochet. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. There we go. And now to finish off this row, I'm simply going to slip stitch through the chain 1 that we did at the beginning, and that's the end of row 1. So now for row 2, we are going to be going all the way around the project once again. So the same principle of going all the way around the front opening and then the whole the bottom of the cardigan. So what we are going to be doing for row 2 is a chain arc edging. So to do that, you will be chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you will be skipping the next stitch. Can I zoom in a bit more? There we go. So skip the next stitch and go into the next and place a single crochet into that. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip a stitch and go into the next. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip a stitch and go into the next, and just do this all the way around until you reach the beginning, and then I'll show you how to finish off this cardigan. So I've almost finished this row, and so here I am. So I've chained my last 3 stitches, and now I'm going to skip a stitch and place my single crochet into this last stitch here. There we go. And this is it. We finished this chain arc edging. I am going to snip off the yarn and pull it through just to finish off this row. And so here you go. We finished this this round. Okay, so we finished this project. As you can see, it's really cute. I love it. And so, yes, the chain arc edging looks really cute and feminine. I love this project. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much for your support. Bye bye.